Hi there, and welcome to Pakistan. We're just about smack in the middle of my Roots and Hub series, and one of the most important stops along the way is Karachi. So that's where we're heading today. Pakistan is certainly not in everyone's vacation plans for next year, but I always find destinations like this to be the ones that kind of surprise and delight in some unexpected ways. Around 10 years ago, I was in China on the Karakoram Highway, and I remember when we got to our camp spot for the night, our guide just casually mentioned that, Afghanistan and Pakistan are like 80 miles down the road. There's something I find so universal about traveling that I really love, and it's simply that, before you go to a new, perhaps daunting place, it's just this bundle of pre-notions and assumptions in your head. But then you land, and it's like, this doesn't really feel as foreign and untouchable as I expected. In the best of ways, this is just another place, with people living here, free from the assumptions that I had before I landed. But before I go into full philosophical mode, I'm Kevin, the Flip-Flop Traveler. If there's one thing that I want you to know about my videos, it's that my opinions are honest and my own. If you'd like to know more about the channel and how I do things, scan the QR code or click the link in the description to learn more. Have a look around the channel. There are hundreds of airline and hotel reviews to enjoy. This low expectation, high reward flight on FlyJinnah starts now. The check-in process was very quick given the short lines, and the agents were exceptionally friendly and slightly gobsmacked. On my flight to Lahore, today's flight, and my next, I was the only Western tourist that I noticed. I should point out also that this is the entire domestic check-in hall. A reoccurring theme in today's video, and my next from Karachi, is how the airports here feel like perfectly preserved time capsules. The airport where we are now was built in 1962, at a time when the country had a need for longer runways to accommodate wide-body jets. This terminal here dates back to 2003, and was designed with Mughal architectural details. Of course, it looks of the period, but it was just super impressive of how well maintained every square inch of it was. And please do not get me wrong, I'm not saying this relatively. Anywhere on Earth, this would be a beautifully preserved terminal. There were plans to expand Lahore's airport, the second largest in Pakistan, and lots of work had already been done, but those plans were halted indefinitely in July of this year. The random thing that caught my eye though was how dense the suburban vibes are just next door. At the moment, the airport serves 26 destinations on 24 airlines. One of the challenges of always filming unannounced is that literally every day is essentially, how long can I get away with pointing my phone in one direction before they realize I'm filming, especially when it's in high security cities such as Lahore. Imagine my surprise when everyone was just as chill as could be. I've gotten worse looks at LaGuardia. When booking this part of my trip, both this flight today and my next flight back to Dubai were at certain points meant to be on Pakistan International Airlines, but both of those flights were cancelled. Hence today we're flying on FlyJinnah. FlyJinnah is a joint venture between Pakistan's Laksan Group and the UAE's Air Arabia, and they just had their first flight in October of 2022 from Karachi to Islamabad. Their network currently serves 5 domestic and 3 international destinations in Bahrain, Oman, and the UAE. Expansion of which will come as they receive more aircraft. At the moment, they have 5 aircraft with 15 on order, and they are the country's first low-cost carrier. The lounge was one level up, and this is one of those cases where don't worry about finding the lounge will find you. The lounge probably had a capacity of around 20 passengers, and a near equal number of staff working and finding customers. All of them very friendly as well, with most lounges in Pakistan operating as a quasi-full-service venture. When I booked these flights, the base fare, given that it is a low-cost carrier, of around $100 was as I expected it to be. What surprised me though was how affordable the add-on packages and such were. Just like $10 more to get every possible option. Priority check-in, priority boarding, 46 kilos of baggage, any seat, a full meal. That bundle of stuff could easily double your ticket price on many other low-cost carriers. Pakistan has certainly had its challenges over the years, and in the context of my videos, that's most apparent when considering how little flying is actually done to, from, and within the country. Lahore is a city of over 14 million people, yet this airport has just 40 or 50 flights per day. Karachi, where I'm heading to, has 20 million people. How many flights between these cities each day? Well, yesterday, there were 9, all on narrow-body aircraft. Boarding was delayed by around 20 minutes, and I think they were talking about this. All of the announcements were in Urdu, but no one was lining up. As we head down the immaculate jet bridge, which is giving me very distinct Shinkansen vibes, let's take a look at today's flight stats. If you'd like to follow along with my Routes and Hubs journey from Brisbane to London but aren't free at the times that I post, bookmark the playlist linked above and in the description so you're able to follow along whenever is best for you. As I stepped on board, I was warmly greeted, and walking down the aisle was like a breath of fresh air. When you fly 80 to 100 times per year, let's be honest, a lot of it is same. So when something stands out like these gray tweed-esque seats, they really kind of pack a punch. A subtle punch, but a punch. I think they're the smartest low-cost carrier seats that I've seen. As I'm writing this right now, I thought, let me just check to make sure these are actually their seats. Well, yes and no. The aircraft and these seats came from Air Arabia, but apparently FlyJinnah is adopting them for their fleet. If you're enjoying the video, please go ahead and click that like button. Clicking that button and subscribing really is the best way to support any channel at no cost to you. If you're looking for lots more information about my travel in general, weekly posts, advanced itineraries, travel advice and the like, I'd invite you to check out my Patreon or YouTube channel membership. I had an exit row seat which had plenty of legroom, and I appreciate the sticker forbidding luggage being down here. It's normally on the tray table, and frankly, 90% of passengers don't notice it or pretend like they don't notice it. We pushed back as the manual safety demo was being performed. The spool up, takeoff, and airport stats are coming up next, and if you look out to the right, you can see that unexpected suburban sprawl. Being a low-cost carrier, the in-flight part of this video is, as usual, pretty short, but not without one highlight. There's a pretty extensive buy on board menu, but I pre-ordered my meal when I booked my ticket. This is their barbecue chicken achari and chicken kebab masala tray. It was served with a small side salad, raita, and an unidentified but tasty piece of cake. As far as low-cost airline meals go, this was just about as good as it gets. Both styles of chicken were incredibly flavorful, and the rice itself I could have eaten a barrel of. A solid 9.1 out of 10 overall. This alone was worth that $10 bundle. With a total flight time of just under 2 hours, we were soon approaching Karachi from the north. Service on board, for what it was great. All of the crew spoke English well, and it was a pleasant surprise when even the cockpit announcements were in English. The note that I wrote down was, quote, "Simply, genuinely friendly crew." I'll leave you to enjoy the approach and landing as we looped around and got some decent views of Karachi. And there's the plane, or well, type of plane that I was expecting to be on today. Yes, I know that they have issues, but yes, I still do want to try them. Think of it this way. If they already went through a far-reaching fake pilot's license scandal for, you know, their pilots, well then surely they're safer now, no? Okay, maybe no. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this very unique trip report today. I know I certainly did. Please be sure to click that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on my twice weekly videos. I'll see you next time from Krabi, Thailand, as we weave a 6-part Thai resort series into this one. Oh, and as always, thanks for watching until the end.